Teams are calling in secretly to ban the tush push. And then I loved how head coach Nick Sirianni described what goes into it, that it's not as easy as it looks, and that you got to work on it and you got to put the time in. And that's why they're so good at the tush push.
This is your special forte. Let's go tight end. First and second team, all dudes
This is my
team.
forte, baby. Well,
Let's
I'm
go,
going to
Rob. Who do you
start
got?
off. I'm going to start off with the guy that I truly believe he earned it this year. He probably was first team All Pro, but it doesn't matter. I didn't even see it. I don't even have to look because he should have been 100%. But George Kittle, WrestleMania fanatic, WWE guy. I mean, George is in his 30s now, and the way that he plays the game, he still plays it like he's 22 years old out on that field, Jules. He's running hard. It's hard to tackle him, and he's blocking like an absolute vicious maniac out there. Like
Yeah.
he's an offensive tackle still, and he's giving it his all every play, and he's a leader. And he's the only tight end this year to go over 1,000 yards. Just think about that. Only tight end this year to go over 1K. I think,
No way.
yeah.
Brock
Did
Bowers
anyone
didn't go
else?
over 1,000 with 112 receptions.
No, I don't think so. Did he?
No, there's two others.
There's two others. All right, I take it back. George Kittle's not the only tight end that went over 1,000 yards this
Better
season.
yard per catch, though.
But
Way
yep,
bigger yard per catch.
yeah, which means more explosive plays and getting the team going, getting that momentum going when you're having those explosive plays. So George Kittle, hands down, first teamer, Jules. And then it's kind of
Well,
up
who's
in
your
the air.
second then? Because the number two. Let's hear
I
the
mean-
number two, Rob.
I mean, obviously, you can go Travis Kelce. He's still got it. He's still got a little bit more to give. And shout out to him, according to the sources, which I'm not sure how reliable the sources are because the sources yesterday said I was coming back to football. I'm not. But now the sources today say Travis Kelce's coming back for another year. So shout out to him. He's got
Fuck yeah, sources. Shout out to sources, too.
Shout out to sources, baby. He's got more. He's definitely
Shout out
got
to
more left in the
sources.
tank, though. He's got more left in the tank. He had
So
97
you're
catches
giving
this year.
Kelce. You're giving Kelce second team over McBride, Bowers.
It's either going to be Brock Bowers or Travis Kelce as the number two. Because I mean, it's tough. It really is tough in that situation because Brock Bowers did it with like 3 quarterbacks. He's just a rookie. Just the way he just runs the ball after the catch is just phenomenal as well. But Travis, once again, I mean, 97 receptions. I mean, went to the Super Bowl once again, came through in the playoffs and the divisional round. Yeah, I mean, this is tough one. This is tough one. Do you give it to the young buck or do you give it to the OG that's still going?
I think you got to give it to OG because of his aura.
Mm-hmm.
Dude's not just on-field play, it's aura. To be on the all-dude team, it's got to have the aura. And he's got aura.
You're
now,
right.
Brock
Bowers, he's got to show that aura. He hasn't shown that aura yet. It looks like he's sleeping
still young.
In every interview. He's got to come out of that
still
shell.
Young.
So, well, definitely, I like the way that you're going with that. It's the dudes on dudes all team. You got to have aura with it. You got to have, personality with it. This is the first and second team. George Kittle, first team. Travis Kelce is second team.
And then honorable mention.
We'll go with Brock Bowers.
And shout out to Trey McBride. He did make honorable mention, but he did have 100 catches.
Yeah, he was under the radar. I think he had 100.
And Dallas Goedert's a really good
catches.
Hey, and then shout out to Andrews, okay? I know his season didn't shake out right, but you know that Mark Andrews, works his tail off, and I feel terrible for him because he's probably thinking about that all off season.
I love Mark Andrews. Shout out to him, and he's also the leading touchdown career receptions in Baltimore Ravens history of their whole organization. So shout out to Mark Andrews, man. You're going to have a bounce back year. I mean, you didn't have a bad year, but you're going to bounce back strong. No doubt about it.
Yeah, he just had a bad ending.
Mm-hmm.
We all had that. We all have one of those plays.
We do. You just got to bounce back.
Get over it. You know how do you get over it, Rob?
You just keep going.
You win.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you win next year.
If you go win, no one will ever remember this fucking. They'll remember it,
right.
But it'll be more of a back seat to it. Now let's
That's a good
jump
point.
to the all-dude O-line. Now we go full O-line for a whole team, and this is called the Dante Scarnecchia. The Dante Scarnecchia Award. Is it Scarnecchia or Scarnecchia? Is my coach. I call him Scar. People are getting at the comment section that I mispronounced his name. Did we ever hear anything other than Scar?
No, it was just Scar. Coach Scar. That's all.
Scar. This is Scar Award.
Scar. But I think it's Scarnecchia. If you're asking the guy that knows how to pronounce names right, that never gets them wrong, Jules, besides every other name when I'm on Fox, I'm going to go with Scarnecchia.
All right, I'm going to go with Scarnecchia.
I think it's the A, with the A, not the O. Scarnecchia. So
Sounds
we got
better.
the Scar Award. First, second team. I think it's pretty obvious for first team, Jules. Who do you think? I got an offensive line in my mind. They're big, they're massive, they're all about. They average my height 6'6", about 330 pounds. Who am I talking about?
You're talking about the Eagles.
Yes, I am.
The largest offensive
line.
Agree
or disagree that they should be first
I would have
team?
to agree. That was pure domination all year long. And it set the tempo for their whole team. I mean, that run game, they had a 2,000-yard runner, which has only been done like a handful of times, 12 times or something, or 9 times. I don't even know. It's not that many. And they had a lot of guys change positions, and there was not any lack of production. Like, they had guys banged up, and they had guys inter-swapping, other guards going to tackles center going to center. Like, they had a bunch of ring around the rosy in that room, and they still dominated. And it's because of Lane Johnson and Mailata. And I love having Mailata. You know, when we had a tackle from another country, it's always kind of cool.
Yeah, shout out to Jordan Mailata. He's Australian. He's the first Aussie to win a Super Bowl. And also,
he's
one of the first players ever to never play American football until he got drafted into the NFL. So Jordan Mailata, you represented those Aussies proudly. I just came back from Australia. They love you there. They all brought you up. And you're a huge factor into giving the young bucks over there in the Aussie Football League and also the Rugby League hope that they can make it now to the NFL. You're opening up that pathway, brother. So congratulations on, just an excellent job. Just being a beast like that. And so shout out to Jordan Mailata, Landon Dickerson, Cam Jurgen, who phenomenal job he did. He had to replace an all-pro player in Jason Kelce, and he stepped up to the challenge. It's like
up.
It's like Kelce never even left because Cam Jurgen came in and just filled that hole. And
that's crazy.
You don't see that much, especially at the center position. Shout out to Mika Becton, absolute monster playing guard. Who plays guard at 6'8", 350 pounds? That's unheard of. And then this is the guy who anchors the offensive line, who's their absolute leader, who's an absolute street fighter, and gives them that mindset to dominate. Lane Johnson. So that's just a vicious offensive line group right there. If you ever see any of those guys in the streets, I'm telling you, don't mess with them. Don't pick a fight with them.
Don't pick a fight with them. They'll fucking protect you out. They'll fucking. I bet you their punches are so, like, that's all the linemen do. And when you go to practice in the NFL, you sit there, and when you watch the offensive line do their drills, I just remember them having like a 45 or 100-pound plate, and they just do like side shuffle punch, side shuffle punch, side shuffle punch for like 50 minutes for a warm-up with like a lot of weight. They're just fucking crazy. Number 2 is going to be hard, Rob.
I really do love the offensive line for the Detroit Lions because, like, they
dominate
Jared Goff a lot of time in the pocket. And Jared Goff's not a scrambler. Like, you want an offensive line like that can protect your quarterback so he can just sit back there and just pick apart the defense. And they're so athletic as well. They're so athletic that they were able to put them, tackle eligible, and throw them passes and reverse screens and all that other crazy stuff that they're doing over there in Detroit. I'm not sure if that's going to continue because Ben Johnson's gone, or if that's a contributing factor to Dan Campbell being the head coach. But it's just amazing how involved the Detroit Lions offensive line became in the whole entire game plan. So I'm leaning, second team Detroit Lions. What are you
I
thinking here?
I am too. I I just remember on Fox Kickoff Show every week just talking about the dominance of this line throughout the whole year. That was the common denominator for the Detroit Lions and the success that they had. They had a revolving door of guys coming on defense. Their common fucking what you knew was coming out every Sunday was that offensive line was going to play. They didn't lose once because of that unit. And that's because of Penei Sewell and the boys dominated. Shout out to Skip. We played with him a few years back. He's out there getting involved. He was part of that whole was he eligible? Was he not eligible? Bullshit. So shout out to them. I think those were clearly the top two lines. There's honorable mentions with the Bills. They had a really great year with Cook. Deion Dawkins, I've hung out with him a couple times. He's nasty. You could just tell he's nasty.
Vicious.
I would love to have him because you always had one lineman that, they're nasty guy. First and second team, all dude Dante Scarnecchio, Scar, all dude Scar team. First team Eagles, second team Lions.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Taylor Decker for the Lions offensive line, Graham Glasgow, Frank Rangnow, Kevin Zietler,
yeah,
and Penei Sewell.
I mean, these guys just get involved in scoring, and that's some dude behavior, Jules. Shout out to the Detroit Lions offensive line.